This is going to be my primary for tomorrow, and the battery is a little too small on the amperage here. We got 1200 times 20. That's going to be divided by 1000 equal 24 amps here. The gun uses a little bit under 25, so it's really not good because we need a battery that suffices for this. This is fully charged again. Just a show on the sound. Can't be afraid to pull the trigger, Mom.
Yeah, I'll get my gun and not be afraid.
So we're going to go chrono this in the garage real quick, and then probably set the rate of fire to 5, or excuse me, have a burst fire of 5 BBs, probably tomorrow. That's what I think. It'd be kind of cool to have this with 5. This looks pretty sick. Anyways, we're going to go chrono test this real quick. .307 to 315 is what we're getting. Okay, so let's empty the rest of this mag. It's practically out of BBs. Or we need to put a feeding clip in there, but I swear the other day I emptied this whole mag. So, what am I going to do? I'm going to take it apart real quick, and I guess maybe put a feeding clip. We'll see. Okay, the mid cap, I couldn't feed it with very many BBs because the end of the feeding for the speed loader was broken, so it was hard for me to shove BBs in it, so I didn't get to shove very many. But I'm very positive I emptied a whole magazine the other day. So what I'm going to do, just to go ahead and make sure that the thing, I'm going to check the Tappet plate, see how it feeds exactly, and see if we really should put a delay, or maybe just put it in there for the heck of it. But this will be my first video of taking a gun apart on here, and that'll be pretty awesome. So we're going to go ahead and start doing that. You can see, I love this thing, it's so awesome. I like this gun too, but I love my set space more. No, I didn't see that. Got one right here. Right. So let's start doing this. See everything apart. This will be good for DMullen because you can take it apart, see how good that's good too. And check the where side everything's good, source pressure goes inside, it's perfect. So just put the screwdriver in here and flip the screw, and then start to undo it. So I'm just feeling for it. Don't leave it undone yet. Maybe left flash. Just see, here it is, it's coming in. Second all set. Put that in. Check, see if it's disconnected. No. You can also look through here. Now I'll do get to it. You can see it. Okay, now I see it. Gotcha. Now I'm doing the front screw gearbox. And top cheaper. And you see I have wire here. 2 wires go off left here. This is from Gearbox. There's 2 wires straight on the bottom. They go like this and back here. They come back here for this through the back. And I'll show you back. You can see how it's there. So I'm going to look these out. See, screw that. This should be able to start coming out. Don't forget about screwing inside. So slowly start things here. I have hold wire. Just hold onto this black platform there. So I'm start taking things out now. So that there. See, it's like the Gearbox out. Just up a little bit forward. You see head like this. It comes around from the top. I'll do that same picture there. So it comes around like this. Something like that. Inside gun. I'll do the hop. So you guys need to grow. So clip the fuse lamp here. I can do it easily. I think that's an extra step. Okay, I'm going to check the screw here. Check the work. It looks pretty clean back here. Okay, so there's that. So you can see it going like this inside. Just like that. Going between 2 screws here so someone pushes back. Okay, so good. And there's loops right here to this point. The front. You can get underneath the hot chamber. See how the underneath the hot chamber. And then it comes up to the other side. Alright, so we're going to fix that now. So we're working on this right here. So first move another way. Alright, let's slide this. That. Should be screwed in the bottom here. But you have this pin right here to get it out. It'll come down very easy. So just barely touch it. Then you slide this up a little bit. Nice slow. Check your side and shoot with the wires. You can see here they will press on, but this wiring is very durable, so it's not really an issue. For some reason my soul fuse because in case it's short, it'll protect the battery. So go here. So make sure this is clear. And then this right here again, so you just do that. You see, the clip here, so this is all good. You can see I had it in there though, like that. It comes around. So this area is very careful to clip when you install it. You just do that. So you're quick. It takes too long. You know what I'm gonna do is undo the motor. Just like everything. You see the hydrogen is undone. Now I'm seeing what I do. There's a motor out here. Oh man, motor sticks up here too. Losing tiny size. Alright, we'll check teeth. See if there's anywhere. I don't see anywhere there. It's over there. First thing you check the piston is. So check the piston. It is real quick. It's inside. Goes like towards the front. It's right here. So another thing you do, just go ahead and pull the center slash. Let's move careful out. This one. It's easier. It's easier to pull. Okay, just slightly. The barrels is tracked a little bit in here, so it takes part a little careful out. Because you can't hit gear switch is really good jerky. It's the top plate, so you want to be careful of that. So I'm going to take off the top quick. I'm going to hammer this. And I'll probably go ahead and do it real quick. Probably easier to do the same thing, just ice quick. I'm going to hit it. Okay, too tight. See enough, sir. See enough plate. Okay, here I'm going to take off wires because it can be easily. This one. Keep it straight. It's not very tight. Okay, I'm going to take off the other stuff. Just on this side. I do is I load a screwdriver in the back so I do not forget. This way it never comes flying out at me if it is under pressure. It is not, but you know, I'm just going to go ahead and open it anyways. There's one. There's two. There's three. This thing is caught in the front here. It's that cylinder head, it just sticks to the frame of the front here. It gets caught. There we go. That way I don't lose the shims. See here how it's pulling back on the tappet plate, so I want to undo that real quick. Spring looks great condition. This looks great condition. Start undoing everything here. This looks good condition. Good condition. So So the question is the piston, because that's used a lot more right here. So we're going to go ahead and pull this off. And of course, it looks just like it's installed. So it's doing good. Looks just like it's installed when I installed it a long time ago. When I say a long time ago, I mean just I don't know, last week. I'm just looking at the grease and stuff and trying to remove it so I can check it. Yeah. Looks great. Do we see any blue stuff in any teeth or anything? Nope. Everything looks good. The O-ring seems better than this. When I installed it, it's better, but check everything as far as making sure that there's no wear. Okay, so I see absolutely no wear in this whole gun. Everything looks freaking good. Cutoff looks good. Everything looks good, so we can go ahead and reclose it back up. I'm going to check. At some point this Tappet plate will probably want to be replaced. It's still solid. Compression solid. Let's check with just the air nozzle forward. Oh yeah. Can be improved just a tiny bit, but we're already shooting really good. I don't want to go any higher. So check the air nozzle. Air nozzle looks good. Everything looks good. See if there's any bits in here. There's a little bit of dirt. Not too bad. So everything looks good. Okay, after a lot of dry firing, everything still looks pretty much mint condition. So we're going to go ahead and put it back together, but we're going to check with the Tappet plate cycling. I'm just going to go ahead and take the trigger out. Put this back in, just so I can cycle. Okay, so let's go reverse here. Alright, so it's all the way forward at this point. Let's zoom up. Yeah, let's get in here just to demonstrate. Okay, so as this rotates, it hits at this point, which causes it to start to go back, and it comes back far enough that it stops right at the front of the cylinder. So the question is that allow the BBs to get in? Yes, but how well forward does this go? You'd have to test with the hop-up chamber to the front of the gearbox shell, and then put this in and see how much it comes back. If it doesn't come back a lot, the BBs could have a little difficulty trying to get in. So sometimes it's a little bit nicer to check that, but I'm pretty sure that's not an issue, because we can see in semi, BBs are having no difficulty getting in. So as I rotate this here, it starts to go forward pretty quickly. Pretty darn quickly it starts to move forward. So we're going to see if we put a delay clip in there real quick and see what would happen. This is an Echo 1 delay clip, I think. I want to mark the back of it, so it's definitely not. Maybe it's not Echo 1. Here's a nicer delay clip. This is from a Siege Tech. Probably never going to really use that, but let's go ahead and check if this would fit on there nicely or not. Let's take the shims off the top here. Fits in, but it can kind of sling around. Kind of. So let's go ahead and put it in. These shims went on top, so I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'm just going to put this in here. And now we're going to try again and see what happens this time. You want to be careful to see that this doesn't push the Tappet plate up, because that can break the Tappet plate. Sometimes the specs allow that to happen, and in this case it doesn't. However, it may go back too far, and that's another bad thing. That's the number one thing about when installing. You should check your parts. Make sure everything goes together and will not create a new issue once you get rid of the old issue, or you're just installing for whatever reason. Okay, so there it is forward. Rotate back. It looks like we'll be okay. It does this delay clip does pull back this Tappet plate a tiny bit more. If you look closer, there's a top to the edge right here of the delay clip, so that little section is going to push it a little bit further, just a little bit. And actually it is too tight. It's gonna go BAM right into it. So that's really not a good thing. Best thing to do here is to maybe cut down either this reinforcement or cut down a little bit of this and epoxy it on there. Somehow hold it in place. JB weld. As you rotate this again, you can see that it just goes back a little too far, because if I hold this down straight right there, so I could shave off a tiny bit of the Tappet plate. I mean, we're talking a very little smudge. So you can see right there that may not be really good. It should just push this up like this. And so the question is can it do that? Can it allow it to do it? And I mean, we could try to rotate it by hand and see what happens. We're actually going to try that right now. And see if there'll be an issue. There we go. Alright, so we're going to close this real quick, and then we're going to rotate by hand. Make sure it's closed. Okay, here we go by hand. Rotating. Cannot rotate. See? That's why you check parts to make sure they install properly. So, God, why does this thing get stuck on the cylinder head? There we go. So right there is proof that we'd have a huge issue. Structurally, I don't see how this could be an issue. I'm probably just going to cut that down real quick. I mean, usually when this is added, it's added for a reason. See these little things right here? It's usually added for a reason. That little bit of extra support probably keeps this from bending down. It probably keeps it from shifting forward or backwards. But we have to pick what we're going to do here if we're going to install the delay clip. If I shave this down, I'm going to make it permanent. The delay clip stays in there. If I shave this down, it won't be permanent for keeping the delay clip. We've got to make up our mind what we're going to do here on a tech base. What we could do is shave down the delay clip, but that would also make it not attached too well right there. Let's see if I have any other delay clips real quick. Let's see if we can get this one off the Siege Tech. And it came off no problem. Okay. Let's take this off. Let's see if this one will go on. I'm guessing it will not go on without modification. That's my guess. Ooh, it's a nice snug fit. I like that. Definitely a plus. It's solid on there. It's a snug fit. We're using this. I mean, that's solid. So you can also see it doesn't add any extra depth to the top. See that? So that the shouldn't be any modification to this. We just put this in here. Put this right here. Rotate. Put this here. I'm kind of used to the other table because this stuff's not my way. Alright, so there we go there. I'll go ahead and close it real quick. Put this delay clip back, this Echo 1 I think it is, delay clip. Alright, make sure it's shut, it's nice and snug. Okay, so now we're going to start to rotate it back. There's the slightest bit of resistance. I mean, it's very, very, very tiny, so I'm not going to worry about it. It's not really measurable. So let's go ahead and look at how well it pulls it back here. It's a much longer delay. Very long delay. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do a second check. Again, close it. And hold it very tight. See? You can't feel it. It's so tiny. So it's not going to be an issue. It's not an issue like the other one was. The other one was a total issue. You would definitely have a problem. Okay. Now we're just going to go ahead and put her back together. And this is pretty simple to do from here. Might be kind of an issue of me because the stuff's in my way, but we'll see how that goes. Okay, let's put the trigger back in first. I'm just sitting down because I'm getting tired. Okay, after sitting down and putting it back together, I went to check the bevel to pinion again, and I noticed that the reason it seemed a little different is because the motor shifts a little bit here, and when it shifts it presses the pinion a little bit differently, but what just matters is that there's enough that it doesn't bound, and I've noticed that's when this is at the lowest here. Therefore there doesn't even need to be a motor height screw. So for now I took the motor height screw out. The reason being, if I leave it in there and at some point it does come out, you'll be screwed if you ever change the motor or something and you need a motor height adjustment screw. So we're going to keep this out for now and ship that back to you along with this piece right here. So these are the two things I'm not really using. I'm going to go ahead and put that there, and then we're going to get this back together right now and go do a shooting test. Which I don't really need to do a shooting test because I know how it's going to perform, but just for the video, why not, right? Let's put this back on. Get up close and personal with parts. I need to hold this part together then. Do not let it bend. It can be very easily. It's not very serious, so there's that. And now we'll go ahead and get this back in here quickly. So we'll first start with this. And you guys see how the wires come around the side here. So this you only pinch. This you only pinch. And here, see what I'm doing. So here and here. Make it stiff to get in there. Make sure it doesn't move too much. Just want to get it clipped. And just rotate very slowly into place. And that's how easily it goes in. So you have issues. You're doing 300 motor in this height. You're going to have to get yourself out. I also want to go through, and that's not a big deal. Because I would suggest it in there anyways. Okay, so I'm going to put the pin in. And the pin is right here, I think. Is the pin? No. Where's the pin? Got too much up. So I'll see where you go. Just go and slide this in. It's pretty simple. Make sure everything there's not here. It is. You can also just need it. So they click very easily. Okay, so this one, hold around like that. Around here. This is probably the most painless thing to put in this wiring. So you just want to crank this. So it's going to come like this and come down. So you can see it. Right. So you want to hold this tight and slide it back first like this. Might be easy to soap off, but more tight, it's not so. Let's go like this. Then you want to push it forward. Put this down there. Oh, wow. Jeez. Oh, jibber. It can be a little sorry sometimes. It's easy by Larson's doing this. Sliding this in place. No, jibber, no. Trying to figure out why I cannot jam. It's not going over. Might take off jibber and research, but I'm going to try this thing first. So right here. Catch down here. There we go. Okay, so it's in their position there. Pull this out. Make sure the hot chamber presses against the front. And then next thing we're going to do is screw on the side right here. So the hot chamber doesn't move. So this is a little bit, it's not hard. That's where it is. But the screwing left, screwing towards the bottom right. This is going to be my hand. So I'm going to stick it up. So you push it in. So give it this way. So give it rifle. Give it rifle to you like this. You want it to go down. Excuse me, go this way. Up to your right, where the selector is. If I remember correctly, that's how it goes in. So you start pushing down here. You should feel it. Start to catch. Just keep spinning. You get it right, you should lock itself together. Pull screw tighter. So eventually, it won't get tighter. And you check down here and see if you can pull the hot chamber. I cannot pull the hot chamber. So you check yourself and see if screws in there. Check your screws relax. Okay, good. So this way. Patch that on. Get that part's done. So now, you want to put this in here, so you want to pull the wire here first. This one through, like so. And this one. Make sure that the fuse through too. Fuse through first. Just pull it very slowly so you don't mess up the fuse. And there. So these wires are going to be like that, out of the way. Like that. And this is the other way, because this is where the feeding holes go. So it's not the way, it's not good. And push this down for you. Press all the way, the wire here, get caught. So you want to feed it through. Get caught both sides. Just lock it in place. When it's caught, wires will free move. You want to put the pin in. This part always will hard when you get this straight. This part is straight. Just this pin. This pin. It looks like it's all the other side. Okay. Make sure this thing. Sort of thing. Alright, so now go screw it back in. Just screw that. Right here. That's done. That's done. Almost good. This should come over the top. So you have to like this. This comes like this. And then this just goes right in. Like so. And that's how it's all in place. Fuse just goes right here. So the wires. Feed this through. Make sure the wires do not flip. Just push it in and bring this down. So here's part one. Pull the fuse out of the way. You have to go forward. Remember, you have to go forward. So you slice in there. There we go. This goes here. Starts over there. Make sure no wires split. Close it. And there you go. That's all done. So just fire. You like hope. Snug over the side. Sorry, I'm gonna shoot the trash can quick. Just shooting the trash can, just in case there's some BB particles or something. I remember there not being anything in there. I'm gonna shoot full auto first to clear the cycle. Of course, it just sounds the same. Okay, so it's all good. We're going to go ahead and see how much better, if it does feed better, which it should feed a tiny bit better. It's all going to depend on how well the BBs can come up with force. I think it will be a little bit less of a problem now, but we're going to do that in the garage real quick. Alright, here's to show you that the magazine can't be fed very well. I wasn't lying about my thing being broken on the end right here, so it doesn't load BBs in this mag very well. And it gets caught. See, so I don't know how much that is. It's not even half of this. It's probably 30 BBs. I'm not really sure. So we're just going to shoot just a few semi shots, and then some full automatic. See a difference. Which I'm pretty sure there might be a tad bit of a difference, but mostly comes down to your magazine right now. So here's some chronoing on semi. 309, 50, 310, 312. So like I said, let's see if we can get rounds per second with my chrono. Okay, every BB fed right there that I could tell, 28.10, but I know this thing can shoot faster than that. I just let go of the trigger pretty quickly. Get out of my way. Alright, full auto. Jesus. that fed really, really well. Seems like we're out. Oh yeah, we are totally out. Okay, definitely. I'm definitely ready for tomorrow, as this is my primary. This is going to freaking kill somebody. That, I mean, I don't think you could see that on the camera as well as I could, but that stream was so white. There was just so much right there in an instant. Oops. Good thing that's my own mag, right? So I'm going to be using my mid caps with this tomorrow, DMullen, but I think this thing is just, this thing is freaking insane, what I just saw. So I'm going to put that there. That's going to be my primary tomorrow, and we're going to go see if we can do some video footage for that. And that was pretty freaking awesome. So I'll catch you guys later. Bump you with a fist. Expect your gun to be on YouTube probably Tuesday night. See ya.